How are we today? Hello, hello, all my lovely ladies. Oh my gosh, I just got off of an incredible coaching call inside of the Ladies Love Lounge, and I wanted to just really be able to talk a little bit about what was coming up and coming through for us. The biggest concept and topic being around this idea of energy management and being in that place of inspired action and inspiration. And the reason that this was coming through, it was that it's really, really easy to get into a place of feeling depleted and feeling burnt out and feeling frustrated, right? Especially when we think about relationships and we think about dating, we think about how many times we've shown up and we've tried to do things and we've put ourselves out there and it's just not happening, right? And we get ourselves into these places of these mental spirals where we start second guessing and questioning and wondering and thinking, gosh, is this just never going to happen for me, right? Is this never going to work out for me? Why do I keep hitting this wall? Why do I keep getting stuck into this place of never being able to move forward? And a lot of times what happens is that we put ourselves into this place of trying to approach relationships like we do our careers. And if you're like me, and I know you guys are because you're in my community, you're ambitious, driven women. And so it's really, really easy to stay in the place of our mind and to stay in the place of approaching relationships like we do our career, which means our comfort zone is to do more, be more, crush it more, just fill more onto our calendar, right? As one client said, just get more leads in the funnel, right? Get more dates on the calendar. That's the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to hustle harder and I'm going to make this happen. And drop a 1 in the comments if this has ever been you or if you've been feeling this way. What happens in this point is that at some point you're going to hit a wall. All the doing, you're just going to, it's like a hamster on a hamster wheel. You just get overwhelmed with all of the things that you're trying to do to make this goal happen. And it can be really frustrating and really aggravating and really draining in the process, right? And in that process of going out on all the dates and just getting stood up or feeling like you're just meeting duds or just not able to just have things manifest how you want them to and achieve that goal, we drain ourselves into the process and we start depleting our energy. And if we're not careful, if we continue to deplete our energy, we end up getting into a place of extreme burnout and extreme fatigue. And this has happened to me in the past as well. And this is something that, I want to remember when I worked at Uber, in the headquarters, my whole job was to build out training programs around burnout and stress management because it is such a common thing in our society. It's such a pervasive problem where people feel this constant need to hustle harder and to do more to be able to get success. And I'm here to just go, wiki, what? No, let's reverse that. And let's really remix it, right? And come into it with a whole nother attitude, a whole nother perspective, a whole nother way of approaching life and everything, but specifically relationships, right? And doing it from a place of relaxing into it. And I know that this can be sometimes frustrating. It's like, well, Teal, I'm trying to relax, but it's just not happening, right? I'm trying to just be cool with it and let it flow, but it's not flowing. So how do I make it happen, right? And in that, I want to just reflect back to you that that's still not relaxing. That's still not relaxing into it. Really relaxing into and letting go of the hustle is by truly detaching, truly letting go of even needing this thing to happen at all. And that's hard. That's really hard sometimes to stare that in the face and to recognize and to say, I need to actually fully let go of needing this to happen. And this could be anything. This could be in getting a specific job promotion. This could be in trying to manifest a man. This can be in trying to attract more clients. This can be in trying to manifest more money, right? When you can really stare at that goal and that desire and decide, make a decision and really say, even out loud, I am letting go. I'm releasing of actually needing this to happen. Then something really unique happens. Something happens in where we actually switch into our brain switches from trying to hustle to get it to being like, oh, okay, we're not going after that anymore. And I'm talking about if you really, truly honor this decision, right? Of like, I'm gonna let go of needing to have a man in my life. And I'm not saying that you're giving up. This is not about giving up. This is about detaching, right? Detaching from the desire. So when we detach from the desire, our mind switches and it says, oh, I don't have to hustle for that anymore. I don't have to drive that anymore. I don't have to push that anymore into existence, right? And immediately there should be a feeling of like relief, like, oh, okay, my mind can finally just chill out for a second because it doesn't have a job to do. It doesn't have that job anymore. And when that happens, then we can get back to the real job, which is replenishing our own energy and taking care of our own energy management. Because what happens is in that process of trying to hustle to get that goal so hard, we end up draining ourselves, like I said, so then we are depleted. So when we let go of the goal, we detach from the need, we can direct that mind back to the real goal, which is replenishing the soul, right? Replenishing you, your poor soul that has been drained in the process. And when we do that, then we get back into a place of inspiration and a place of joy and a place of just feeling good, right? And from that place, that's where our heart starts to lead the conversation. That's when our heart starts realigning with the desire. The desire hasn't left, right? It's still out there. You still want the man, and that's okay. That's beautiful. But your mind is no longer the one driving the show. It's the heart that's leading. And instead of the mind being the one that's just pushing it forward and trying to drive it literally like a slave driver, just whipping you into like, come on, let's go. It becomes so much more of a heart pull. Literally, like your heart is pulling you toward it. That's how inspiration feels. When you just can't help it. You just show up and you just feel yourself being pulled toward the desire with so much less effort, with so much less stress and frustration and energy that's just that pent-up energy that comes from the mind trying to hustle it, right? This is the ultimate difference between hustling and receiving, between masculine and feminine. And when we do this and we just allow the mind to have its only soul-focused job, to take care of the soul, to take care of the self, to make sure that your only job is feeling good in all circumstances, then that's when you know you are in spirit. When you are inspired, you are in spirit. I'm going to say that again. When you are inspired, you are in spirit. Okay? And so when we allow ourselves to get back into being in spirit, inspired, and taking those inspired actions, that's when we know we are connected, we are aligned, and we are in flow. And the mind, it's really interesting. When we really are clicked in and we are inspired, the mind doesn't really need to do anything. The mind's like, cool, feeling good, things are flowing, I don't need to worry, I don't need to stress, right? It's only when we start getting ourselves out of alignment and we don't feel inspired that the mind comes in to take over and say, okay, I'll jump in here, let's get this show on the road, let me figure it out, I'll hustle my way to figure out success, right? And just, this is your news flash. This is your red flag warning of like, don't go there. Don't go there, because that road leads to burnout and stress and fatigue. There is another path, and is the path of relaxing into it. And I believe this so strongly that this is actually something I was sharing on my call that is my focus and my goal for this year. My mantra, every year I choose a mantra. And last year's mantra was expansion. And sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I didn't actually make that my mantra, because I expanded so much more than I even think I was ready for. But I was ready for it, right? Because it happened. But this year's mantra is relax into success. And I say that so proudly. And it just makes me happy being able to say that, because I really truly know and believe and have experienced so much that the more I relax, the more I receive. Because the more I relax, the more I'm putting a focus on feeling good. And when I feel good, I feel inspired. And when I feel inspired, I show up and I'm able to give so much more powerfully. I'm able to stand in such a powerful presence that I would not be able to stand in if I were drained and overworked and burnt out and just trying to get by. Can we agree? Can I get an amen? Right? And it's been incredible. I've really been practicing this for this year. I've been putting much more strict boundaries around my time and how much I'm allowing myself to work, because I love what I do so much. I would just work all day. I would literally work from like 6 in the morning until 6 at night and feel so excited to do so. But I knew that I was doing it at a cost. I was doing it at a cost to my own self, because I was not giving myself the time to replenish on the back end. And so this year, I'm really putting a huge focus on my self-care, which means having a lot of sex, which means taking a lot of baths, which means taking a lot of hikes in nature, a lot of puppy play time, and a lot of just really sitting and just being and just enjoying life. The other day, Charlie and I, we literally just like went out to the park. And we just sat on a park bench, and he's so chill. He's such a chill pup. He just sat on my lap and we just watched kids play in the park for like an hour. Old me would have never done that. But new me knows how important that is. How important it is to just soak up sunshine and feel sunshine, feel that golden light basking onto me from the earth, from the universe, just being in that radiance, right? And surrounding myself with so much love and being able to just enjoy the unfolding of kids playing at the park. I knew that that was going to be so much more replenishing and so much more succeeding than trying to knock out a few more Instagram posts, right? In that time. And that's really been my guiding light and my guiding focus. And this is what I want to reflect back to each of you as well, is that the more that you put that priority on making sure that your only job for the mind is to make sure that you feel good, then the rest gets to come from a place of feeling inspired. Your interactions with men no longer become about second guessing and questioning from the mind. They just become flowing expressions of joy that are coming from your heart, right? Those moments of feeling like, oh, I got to meet this deadline, I got to do this thing, I got to write this thing, they no longer become a job or a task that has to get done, that is driven by the mind. It now gets to become just something that is just, oh, okay, it just flows out of me, right? I'm feeling inspired. I just feel like I want to write this thing. I just want to finish this project. That feels really good to me. And it doesn't have to feel like work. Life should not have to feel like work. And if it does start to feel too much like work, or if relationships start to feel too much like work, it means we need to pull back. It means we need to take a second to reassess and realign and get back connected to our heart. All right? Really powerful message that is just flowing out of me right now, because I took the morning to rest. I took the morning to rest, and there was definitely that part of my mind that was like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be fixing this and working on that. And believe me, like, I got a to-do list down the whole whiteboard, but I knew how important it was for me to replenish. And it feels really good to even be able to share this with you and to really keep holding myself accountable by sharing it with you and saying, we're not going there. We're not going there anymore, Teal. We're not going into the over-draining paradigm of hustling for no reason, right? Or hustling because we think that's it's going to get us where we want. It actually takes us farther away. It takes us farther away, because we become so disconnected from our joy, because it starts to feel more like work and more like work and more like work. And next thing we know, we're so drained that we're not connected to our joy. We're not connected to our inspiration and our spirit. So I want to leave you with that. I also want to let you know that if this is something that you want to explore deeper on, I'm opening up schedule calls on my calendar for free love breakthrough sessions. This is for any new members or members that have not taken me up on this opportunity. I would like to just explore what it can really look like to work together. Or maybe you've been in my group, in my community for a while, but you've just never felt like it was the right time. But now you're really feeling like, you know what, I'm really ready to just like supercharge this year. And I'm so ready to just like dive into either my self-love and just get that on lockdown, or dive into relationships and get that on lockdown. I got you. I got you. I'm here, and this is what I do. All right? So I have so many beautiful ways to help you in that, depending on what it is that you need. So if you want to schedule time to chat with me for a free breakthrough call, I will put my calendar link down below, and you can schedule time on there. Also, I'm reopening up availability and spots for the Love Lounge. So if you would like to just be a part of the Ladies Love Lounge and have weekly access to me for live Q&A for specific problems or challenges or just guidance that you'd like on a regular basis, I will leave the link for that below as well, and you can sign up right now. This is an ongoing monthly membership. I make it super affordable so that everyone can be a part of it that wants to be. And I just love, love, love being able to have that like really community support that I can really nourish for the ladies that are in it. So I'm going to wrap it up with that for today. I hope you have a beautiful day. What day is it? Tuesday? Tuesday. Beautiful Tuesday. Mwah. We'll talk soon.